Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's iRacing broadcast of the ECR Camping World Series 2016 League. This is race number 2 at Atlanta. Our next race will be at Martinsville on April 6th. Please look in the description below for the Cup and Xfinity broadcasting from MaxSpeed TV and Iran Broadcasting. So let's begin with our sponsors.
The Rug Rack and Home Decor, where knowledge and quality matter.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us tonight. We are at Atlanta in the trucks. It is going to be 91 laps tonight, 140 miles. As I said, it's going to be the last broadcast until April 6th. There is a 3-week break period. The trucks run a lot less races than Cup and Xfinity. I will have Anthony Thitchner in the broadcast booth with me tonight. He is right now doing a driver's meeting. As you guys see, they are all in the pits, and we will get with him shortly. Let's just take a look at the field tonight and see who we have running. Looks like Tony DeGennaro is first, and as far as practice goes, we've got Tony DeGennaro, Aaron Burge, Rob Haynes, Christopher Munger, AJ Scarborough, Tony Ball, last week's fan favorite, Scott Hunsinger, Michael Laby, Jack Griffey, Ken Worley for the top 10, George Munger, Bobby O'Neill, Chuck Harrell, Douglas Hess, Nick Olson, Ronnie Norman, Jamie Moss, Johnny Smith, Jeremy Rubin, Trevor McManus for 11th through 20th, Michael Gertie, Ken Ron, Mark Vega, Kenny Paul, Chris Steele, Joshua Witherspoon, Josh Sheets, Merrick Watchorn, Blake Freeman, and John Schweikart for 21st through 30th, Tony Diamond, Tony Ciani, Anthony Ciani, or Tony Ciani, however he wants to be called, Jai Hadrick, Matthew Hibbs, Ronald James for 31st through 35th. Nicole Johnson and Justin Bland are race control tonight, and so they will not be racing. Usually we have Josh Sheets in the booth with us, but he's decided to race tonight, and best of luck to him. Just bringing up some stats here on my phone, trying to figure out who was good in qualifying before. The top qualifying drivers of this race are Tony Ball, John Schweikart, Ken Worley, Scott Hunsinger, Robert O'Neill, Terry Griffey, Nick Olson, Michael Laby, John Cottle, and Tony DeGennaro. And right now, the drivers that are locked in for points are number 3, Todd McDuffie, which is not racing, number 17, Jeremy Moss, number 25, Ronnie Norman, 31, Douglas Hess, 34, Jeremy Rubin, 48, George Price, who is not racing tonight, number 51, Ronald James, number 71, Kenny Paul, number 75, Johnny Smith, number 84, Greg Mathis, who is also not racing tonight, number 90, John Knoll, and number 28, Dave Grossclose, who is also not racing tonight. You guys are more than welcome to talk in the comment box here. It is live, and try to answer any questions. If you guys happen to have any questions, if you guys got anybody you're rooting for, please let us know. Just going to turn on the regular overlay here for just a second, just to see what we're dealing with tonight for temperatures. And it's partly cloudy, 78 degrees. It is 109 degrees on the track. I was hearing these guys in practice earlier before the drivers' meeting saying that it was quite slick out there. The trucks actually got really slick quickly, just within maybe 5-10 laps. It really depends on how hard and how much you're going to push your truck. As I said, it is 91 laps here tonight, and these guys have a max incident of 20. So these guys got to keep it clean, or try to at least, and hopefully they can here tonight. Hopefully we can have some good green flag racing and run that 20-minute caution clock. Got a comment from John Schweikart saying, giving us good luck, and he's going to go on that high side at night, put on a show, and hopefully everyone enjoys, and I hope so too. I apologize. We are still having issues with trading paints. I think ever since they've updated, we've been having issues. Again, nothing we can do about it. Going to try to load in every paint scheme we can if it's been uploaded and if it's been updated. I had some people comment last week saying that it wasn't the right paint schemes for their trucks. Again, it's trading paints. It's not on my end. Whoa, Trevor McManus just flew? Wow, okay, I gotta see that. That's some crazy stuff. Wow. Good luck from Luis Almazo, who is, I don't even see if he's racing it. I don't think he is. He says amazing quality, and we'll be watching. Said to make him proud, I'll try Luis. And we got JR there saying good luck and go get him, Team Canada. And 10 across the boards on dismount number 21. Yeah, 21 is more than dead. I think just the pure G-force pretty much killed him. a little pre-show before we start the race here. Still having a little hard of a time loading in the paints. I've exited trading paints several times and tried to reload it, so it's just a matter of how long it's going to load. Ron Miller says good luck, and John says, Ron, you're costing me money. You're costing me money! Oh no! Glad to see some of you guys in the league here in the comments. It's really appreciated. Anybody else that would like to comment, more than welcome to. Anthony said he would like like us to see if we can talk with anybody while we're broadcasting. Just talk about the racing and talk about the league. And if you guys want to know more about the league, visit www.ecrleague.com. It shows all the schedules for the Xfinity Cup and Truck Series, plus the points. And also, you can watch the live broadcast on their website itself. As I said, these are a very good group of people, very, very, very good racers between all three championships. And hope you guys have been enjoying, or if you haven't seen already, the Cup and Xfinity Series. And yeah. Jai Hatterick says, let's do this. And so Jay Hatterick says, deleting the TGA files out of the folder. That's, as I said, I've closed it, reopened it. I've reinstalled it. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm going to refresh a couple times again. I tell you what, I don't mind you guys coming in here. I know the driver's meeting is going on quite longer than normal. I know Anthony was going to try to be back in here at 9:50. Quite alright with that. EOL to you all, yes. Oh, that would suck, especially for those that are going to qualify high. And just to mention, we have 21 watching right now, which is really great, guys. Let your friends know, let anybody that likes good racing know what we have going on, what we're going to have in store for this season. As I said, the next race is going to be April 6th at Martinsville, and that's going to be 175 laps. It's a short track, it's a fast track. These guys are going to have a hell of a show for Martinsville, and hopefully we have a hell of a show here tonight in Atlanta. John Schweikart said, put on a hell of a show. Number one would be wall riding. As I said, I apologize. Still having technical difficulties with trading paints. Hopefully they load in before the race starts. We got a little over 4 minutes before qualifying starts, and who are you guys expecting on top? As far as, last week we had a lot of rookies in the top 5 and top 10, actually. And, hopefully we might be able to see that here tonight as well. And of course, we have John Schweikart running with David Grossklose's picture on the front of his car. Wonder if that will help him at all here tonight. That's a Big 10 for John Schweikart. He was stating that during qualifying it should update pretty fast, and qualifying has begun. It shouldn't have begun. No, that's weird. Is it 10 minutes qualifying? I thought it was only 5. I thought that clock said 4 minutes remaining, and then it switched to 9. Maybe I was seeing things. Can you guys help me out here? I hope you guys have a fun time out there tonight, too. The track's a little slick, ought to make for some interesting racing. Welcome to the broadcast booth, Anthony Thitchner. How are you doing tonight?
All right, buddy. How we doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. The chat seems to be pretty lively with some of the league members. It's kind of funny, actually.
I figured there'd be a few viewers here tonight watching, and I did share the heck out of this, man, to try to get as much popularity as we could and much attention as we could. So I'm glad to see that it's going good.
Me too. We got quite a few people posting from watching from home and watching from TV, saying that the quality and sound is great. Did you extend the practice?
It was extended a little bit because it was supposed to start at 8:50, and we were doing the drivers' meeting. And for some reason, the practice was set for 3 hours instead of 2 hours and 50. So the race will start a little bit later. That's fine. It gave us time to do the driver's meeting and for me to come join you in the booth and maybe do a little bit of pre-race ritual talk.
All right. No, I was wondering because my timer went from 4 minutes to 10 minutes. I thought maybe something glitched.
No, not at all, man. Not at all. We just had it set up a little bit different tonight, and I advanced the session on my own there when we were ready. Just a little bit better preparation, that's all.
Good to hear. As we were listening earlier to these guys up in the upper channel, that the track is a little slick here tonight. It's very hot.
It is, man. Even though it's a lighter temperature, it is clear and sunny out there, so the sun has just been beating on it. The guys have been practicing for about 3 hours now, since 6 o'clock Eastern. It is now almost 9 o'clock. It is 9 o'clock. 3 hours. Trucks going out there running around and round and round. The track is going to heat up. Rubber's going to get laid down. It's going to be a lot different than when they first joined the lobby. So you can be sure that the guys who joined early, put in their practice laps, and then parked it are going to feel a little bit different now when that green flag drops. I know that they're going to be gridding up here shortly. Did you already talk about last week's race at Daytona?
A little bit. I talked about who was up there in points, who was locked in for points, and who were top qualifiers in the pre-session before this. I also talked about how we're not going to be going again on trucks until April 6th, and that for the Xfinity Cup, check out the other channels listed in the description. I mean, you're going to get ECR all this year, whether it be trucks, cars, or, trucks and cars, Xfinity, or Cups, whatever you want.
Yeah, it's great racing. I tell you this, man, just from Daytona to this week, we have seen such dramatic improvement in the racing. I mean, last week, just to go over a few things with Daytona there, we had Justin Bland was on the pole. Douglas Hess was the front runner, and Tony Ball was the hard charger. We only had 8 DNFs in a 32 truck field. So it was really amazing to see a few of those things. And Monday night in the Xfinity Series at Atlanta, we only had 2 DNFs in a 39 car field. So we're looking to see some great racing out there tonight. Donald Hicks was our winner there from the trucks, and I know he's not here tonight. So I know there's a few guys out there trying to look to improve their point standings and make a way for why they're going to be the most competitive. I know Robert O'Neill finished second, Tony Ball third, Chris Munger fourth, Rob Haynes fifth. They're all here tonight, so they will be doing the best they can. And we're going to see a show tonight, man. It's been a great race week for Atlanta. Been a lot of great racing. I know Luis Almaso, who just joined us in the booth here tonight, one of our league admins, is looking forward to tonight, wants to help us out, just stepped in and said, hey, I'm free, can I help out? I know he's got my blessing, Scott. That's all up to you, brother. But hey, let's go. I'm ready.
Me too, yeah, Louise. You are welcome to join anytime, as well as many of the other league members. As long as you keep it professional, keep it clean. That's all I care about. More eyes on the track, I like. Just don't get it too clustered.
Oh, yes, sir. I'll be following the rules. No worries. I was just watching at home. I said, you know what? This is too good. This is going to be one hell of a race. Why am I just going to be sitting here watching? I'm going to go trackside, close to the action, help you guys as much as I can, because I have a feeling, just like Anthony said, this might go down for one of the ages. From what we've seen this week here in Atlanta, these races have been fast, close, and competitive as you can imagine. So I want to be here. I want to be best seat in the house. Let's go.
Well, I'm glad you can join us. I'm glad you're also watching from home. And thank you for the comment earlier saying that the broadcast is looking great on TVs, on computer screens, on phones. I'm trying to get the best quality out there, as well as having these guys show the best quality they can for racing in this league right here.
I've never worked with Luis, man. I look forward to it, because I'll tell you, I've watched your guys' broadcast. I've watched you guys commentate on the races, man, and I look up to both of you guys. You guys both do a great job. I've seen you guys both handle the stress, and the main focus is to make sure that our guys who are watching the race understand what's going on and giving them the information they need. And I think you guys do a great job of that. So hopefully here tonight, I'll try to keep up, do the best I can. This is my second time helping out with this. I'm just hoping to keep up and help out with you guys, man. I know it's going to be a great show, and I hope everybody here enjoys it. Don't forget, we got the time clock here tonight. This is the only series in ECR where we use that 20-minute time clock, which means when the driver crosses that green flag, 20 minutes is on the clock. Every 20 minutes, a caution will come out. If there is a caution that happens before that timer comes, then we reset the clock. That is one of the things that is different about this truck series that I wanted to bring up to somebody who had asked one of our fans here watching tonight. So look forward to the time clock and mandatory cautions happening every 20 minutes. It's a little bit of a difference in the strategy that happens here in our truck series.
Yeah, that timer, I do believe, is going to play a big role, especially in these bigger tracks. We ended up using it last week, surprisingly. Well, actually, even not surprisingly, it's been shown, just throughout this past month of watching you guys, just myself, the big amount of improvement between all of you, knowing how to run with each other and work with each other, and work as teams and stuff like that. It's going to be a great season for these trucks, I can tell you that.
And we got so many competitors, man. I mean, you have so many guys who run in the Cup Series and the Truck Series who just love coming down here and running in the trucks. So you have a mixed field here probably the biggest mixed field where you got guys who are Cup drivers and Xfinity drivers who just come out here and try to give the best they can. They're not running for driver's points. They might be running for owner's points, but in the end, they're just running for fun. And the different skill sets that happen here, man, you can see anything happen. So the Truck Series is one of those races where it's just amazing to watch. It's awesome. It's fun. The trucks are always fun to watch. You always see some great close battles, fixed setups. What more do you want?
Exactly, and as we saw from last week's race, we had a lot of those that are in the rookie class, quote-unquote, up in the top 10. You know, that says a lot, being the first race in the series and being classified as a rookie and being in that top 10, finishing, especially Daytona, you know, a super fast track like that.
Hey, wake up.
Scott, one of the things that we need to always keep an eye out doesn't necessarily mean that when we see a guy being labeled a rookie at ECR, that doesn't mean that that guy or that driver, he is new to racing. Because we had so many new guys this year and we had a lot of new drivers joining, seeing that ECR is a place that they can drive competitive, they can be, everybody is clean, the rule book is set for a competitive pace. They are joining in and they're figuring out, you know what, that's the place to be. That's where I need to go if I want to run with the best, if I want to become faster, if I want to improve. So a lot of these guys that we're seeing with the rookie label close to them, they are seasoned veterans in the iRacing community. So they know what they're doing. And especially in a series with a fixed setup like our Truck Series, they can put up a show because they know everybody has the same stuff. They don't need to worry about car setup, the whole thing. They can just join the track and drive. And boy, they know how to drive.
Exactly. Well, no, I know that's, you know, these guys are veterans in that, but let's go ahead and have the national anthem here before these guys start green. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for the national anthem. These guys are coming in on the back stretch here.
Yeah, Scotty, I'll run you through the top 10 here real quick. Just before we take the green, we're heading down the backstretch here. We got Rob Haynes in the number 14, who took the pole position. Outside of him is going to be the number 55 of Michael Leiby. Aaron Berge in the number 8 car making his debut this year for 2016, the third position. Scott Hunzinger led the most laps Monday night. Real good contender here tonight, starting 4th. Chris Steele in 5th. Trevor McManus in 6th. Josh Sheets in 7th. AJ Scarborough in 8th. Ken Worley 9th. Nick Olson rounding out our top 10, guys. Nick Olson, number 53, rounding our top 10. We do have a large field here tonight. There's 37 drivers, 36 drivers, I believe, here. So it's going to be a good race, and here they go. Green, green, green.
Now, it's going to be interesting here tonight because you won't see as many tight packs as you would in Daytona. These guys are going to spread out really quickly. Again, this is 91 laps, and these guys are really going to put on a show here tonight for us.
The thing I'm looking forward to seeing tonight is how tire wear takes place. I know Luis and I were part of that Cup Series race last night where you could just go really hard but you knew that for the long run it was going to be tight, and if you took it easy in the long run, it was going to be loose. So you kind of tried to go hard, then be easy, go hard, be easy, and just keep a happy medium so your vehicle is happy. Tonight's going to be interesting to see how these guys handle tire wear.
Yeah, one of the things that we're going to have to keep our eyes on, Anthony, is a little bit different from the setups that we've seen in the Xfinity series, the B cars. These trucks, the way that their car is set up, because of the weight difference that they have from the other cars, they're a little bit lighter. The trucks, in order to negotiate the high speeds and the banking here in Atlanta, they're set up in a way that the back end of the car actually needs to go a little bit further to the outside. So from the practice races and everything that we've seen during practice and even official racing on iRacing this week, we've seen a lot of trucks as their laps go on. We've seen a lot of guys becoming loose, especially on the exit of turn 4. When you come out of the banking towards the flat part of the straightaway, we've seen a lot of trucks starting to get loose after 15, 18 laps. So it's going to be interesting to see if that's going to happen with our temperatures, with our track settings today, or if something else, like you said, a push, guys getting tight. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Luis, I've already seen the number 21, Trevor McManus, coming out of 4, getting loose. He was in the high line, just a little overcorrection there, and it went from the high line to the low line, trailing behind AJ Scarborough on the number 5. There's already guys battling a little bit of looseness where their cars just switch lanes out of nowhere. These things can become a little bit hard to handle when you get the longer you run here. These tires start heating up, they slip and slide, and let's keep in mind, and you're seeing it again here as we look at some of these cars here, they're just trying to hold on to what they can.
Yeah, I noticed that myself, some of these cars are getting loose, trucks I should say, starting to smoke a little bit on the tires going into 1 and 2. I mean, this is really early in the race. We're only on lap 6. You know, anybody's ball game here.
Yeah, it's one thing when you're driving by yourself, trying to manage what your truck is doing, trying to negotiate every turn and making sure that you can keep your car straight. Is another thing when you're going 190 miles an hour with 8 guys less than 1,000 of a second in between you guys. So you have absolutely no room to be able to use all of the space that the track gives you. You need to keep a certain line, and that puts even more pressure on the tires, the drivers, and everybody to keep their cars going straight without going side to side. It's a challenge. They're going to have their hands full, especially in these initial laps after a restart.
Yeah, it's a strategy game. Do you want to take it easy, take care of the tires, be conservative, or do you want to go to the front? Because there's 2 different games you can play. I mean, you can go to the front. You can be aggressive. You can take positions right away. But at that, you're going to lose the long run game. You're not going to be there at the end. You're not going to be very consistent longer in the run, and you're going to be close to that wall fighting tightness, and therefore can't fight for position. So some of these guys that you see early on taking it easy are going to be there later in a run, and it's going to be interesting to see how that works out with the time clock, because again, 20 minutes is the longest run you're going to see here tonight.
Exactly. I'm going to take a minute here and pull down Josh Sheets. He's normally in the booth with us, but he's going to be our on-track responder tonight, and just going to pull him down here real quick, see what he has to say. Welcome to the booth, Josh. How's things going on the track there tonight?
Very, very slickly, Mr. Scotty. Very, very slick.
I say, it looks like a lot of people are burning their tires already.
Yeah, a lot of people's burning their tires up bright and early going. I, for one, was headed in that direction. Then I reminded myself when I got sideways off of 4.
Josh Sheets, this is Anthony up in the booth, man. Just wondering, since it's so slick at the beginning here, are you guys planning on going hard to maybe get a tighter feeling later in the run? Or are you just going to try to play it easy and try to be as comfortable as you can?
Well, I, for one, I don't speak with everybody in this room here. Me personally, I'm going to try to take it easy, try to bring this truck home in one piece.
It looks like you got a little bit of right rear damage. Did you get up into the wall a little bit?
That's luckily I ain't even went and hit my mama's house as loose as this thing is right now.
That's interesting, man. Do you think the rubber has anything to do with that? Was it that tight early on in practice?
Excuse me.
We got Josh Sheets almost ran into Trevor McManus there, who got into the wall as we're talking to him. I know it can be a little bit frustrating.
Oh, I'm going to have to put Fruit of the Looms on my truck next week.
Well, all right, Josh. Well, we'll put you back up so you can concentrate. Just wanted to see what was going on with you.
All right, thank you. Y'all have a good show.
Oh, God,
oh, big rack in the front stretch for the 22. Oh, and they're still hitting each other.
Let's see what happened there real quick.
Take a look with the number 22 of Tony DeGennaro, Scotty. He was involved. I'm not sure if he was the first one to get loose, but he was definitely involved going through the grass and getting together with a couple different drivers.
Yeah, there could be definitely a couple different ways to look at this. I mean, in the 41, Tony Ball, you got he came up under Trevor McManus in 21, and Tony DeGennaro lost control of his vehicle, but you had Tony Ball up underneath, who kind of just ran it a little bit hard there. It's going to be interesting how race control calls this one. Nicole Johnson is our race controller tonight, and as everybody out there should know, if you don't know, every caution that happens in EOL is given to the person who is at fault for the caution. They will be given an end-of-line penalty at 2 to go. So it'll be interesting to see how they call that one.
Let's pull down Tony and see what he has to say.
Oh, you know what, guys? Right in front of them, the 64 of Christopher Munger, he ended up getting loose in the front of this pack, and I believe that caused a little bit of a chain reaction. When the 22 saw him getting loose, he checked up a little bit, and everybody coming behind didn't have enough time to check up.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. Unfortunately, I can't go back to it at this moment. But let's see what he has to say. See if he checked up because of that.
User was moved to your channel.
Well, welcome to the broadcast booth, Tony DeGennaro. How are you doing tonight?
I was doing good 5 minutes ago.
Hey, Tony, this is Louise in the broadcast booth. We just saw what happened here, and we could tell that a truck got loose in front of you guys when you were coming out of 4. And from what we could tell, that could have played a factor in what you guys were seeing. And from the replay, it looks like you checked up a little bit, and everybody who was coming behind you didn't have enough time to react to that, and you ended up getting caught in something that pretty much was not your fault. Was that something that happened?
That's what I felt. Well, first, the 21 was slow coming into 3, and it might have even been the lap before, and then it came around, and all of a sudden I looked in my mirror going into 3, and he was right there on my ass, and I was like, what is this? He can't wait 2 laps to get his 2 spots back, and I think I might have been a little distracted. I'm going through, and I'm like, please don't hit me, please don't hit me. Then I felt the truck come around. And once it started getting loose, I just started getting bombarded from behind.
Yeah,
Tony,
go ahead, Anthony.
I was going to ask you, Tony, how much damage do you have there?
I have 45 seconds left.
Yeah, we've just seen that race control actually called that towards the 21 of Travis McManus, like that was right next to you, like you said. So pretty sure you're going to be able to fix that truck, get back out there. You had a pretty good truck during practice. That shouldn't slow you down that much. So good luck to you. Thanks for talking to us.
All right, thank you very much, guys.
We got time to bring down Josh Sheets again?
I think we do.
This is our leader right now, believe it or not.
User was moved to your channel.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth, Josh Sheets.
Woo, that was a little intense. I hope you guys got a little thrill out of that.
Absolutely, man. What's the goal here from here on out? We saw you were leading going into the pits, but I see you're actually coming on in. Was that just a little bonus point pickup there?
Oh yeah, a little bonus point. I haven't led a lap all season. I was starting to get a little antsy.
So what's the goal from here on out, man? As you've seen how the cars handle, what do you think it's going to take here to get to the front and maybe come out with a win?
Complete tire management. If you can handle your stuff and able to drive fast while you handle your stuff, you're going to be able to stay out in front. But as for me, I can't do both, so I'm just going to ride in the back and try to bring this thing home in one piece.
Smart strategy, sir. Smart strategy. All right, Josh, we're going to move you back up. Good luck getting out of the pits clean. Don't get caught in a mess, and we'll talk to you in a little bit.
Yes, sir.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right. Well, that means the caution clock will be reset. And what is it, 20 laps when the caution clock shuts off?
It shuts off in 20 minutes. So it's a minute. We count 20 minutes, and then we have a caution if nothing happens in between those minutes.
Right. I know that. I mean, towards the end of the race. Is it last 20 laps it gets shut off?
20 laps, we don't have the caution clock.
That's right. I was trying to remember. And we got Rob Haynes in the 14 Pepsi car back out front again, and he's got a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, one driver that we need to start to pay attention to is that 25 truck on the outside of Ronnie Norman. Ronnie's probably one of the best drivers that we have in the league when you're talking about fixed setups. He can pretty much drive anything, any track in these fixed setups. He adjusts pretty well, and especially in these trucks, he is a monster. He's going to go towards the front. We see now he moving to the inside of Michael Leiby. That's going to be a battle that we need to keep our eye on because he's going to be a very strong contender from this point to the end of the race.
Yes, he is. We got a few people in here in the comments tonight. Another fan favorite from last week, Tony Ball, cheering him on.
That's awesome. We always appreciate everybody who watches the races here tonight. We know we have a bunch of viewers last week who cheered on Tony Ball. So, hey, we love it, guys. If you guys have any questions, let us know. We'll get you guys involved in the broadcast here. If you want to see something, we'll try to do the best we can to let you see it. If you have any questions, let us know. We're doing the best we can to get the fans involved here tonight. So if you are a part of that chat, go ahead and speak up. Let us know what you want to see.
Indeed, we can try to pull anything off that's technologically possible. You got Tony Ball, the 41, running back here in 26. He's got a little under a second behind Ken Ron. I think he's playing it cool tonight.
Yeah, I think he got a little bit of a little piece of that wreck that happened during the last caution. He was right there together with the 21 and the 22. So we'll need to keep an eye on his truck to see if something major happened or if he's just playing it cool.
And the leading guy here tonight is Rob Haynes, number 14, leading this race, and he's out by almost a half a second here. So it's something to watch out for, man. It's them rookie guys, you never know what to expect. Some of them come out here at the ECR, and they show that they're here to stay for a while, and they got the skills of what it takes. And then again, you got guys like Ronnie Norman who know what it takes to finish a race, know that it's not about lap 24 and that there's a long race to go. You got guys like Aaron Burton, veteran in the league, who know what it takes, and they take their time. So all these guys right now are in the top 5. Aaron Berge's running 5th, the 25 are Ronnie Norman in 2nd, and Rob Haynes is leading the race right now. All these guys, real great drivers. The whole top 5 right now, I could say the whole top 10 is pretty much covered in veteran drivers. Even though it says a rookie, these guys are not new at what they do. And they are very strong, very competitive. Any single one of them could win this race right now. You better watch out.
And Anthony's right. These are all top contenders here. As I said, in the offseason, these guys were just running these races like crazy, staying in that top 10. And eventually, some of them actually did win or get in the top 3. You know, it's anybody's ball game here, especially on lap 26. These most of these guys hopefully got fresh tires. If they didn't, they're gonna have one hell of a race to try to catch up to.
And speaking about not giving up and going hard every lap, there is a group of guys starting with the number 53 of Nick Olson, the number 3 of Merrick Watchorn, the 5 of AJ, the 99 of Ken Worley, and the 64 of Chris Munger. They are going side by side, lap by lap. They're exchanging positions, going like crazy, these group of 5, not giving themselves an inch. This is a crazy battle, and as we're saying this, 2 more guys joined this fight, the 11 of Jai Hadrick and the number 1 of John Schweiker. So we're about to see in the next couple of laps a 6-car battle for one position. This is going to be insane.
Oh, and it looks like Jai's getting a little loose. He's staying high. He's slowing right down. I don't know what happened. As I said, this track's hot here tonight, and these guys really have to watch their tire wear.
Hey, you just had Scott Hunzinger, number 28, filling in tonight in the trucks for his team. He just passed Chris Steele for the 5th position there. He's one of the guys you need to watch out for. A rookie who just joined the league after Daytona, finished 2nd in the Xfinity race at Atlanta this week, and also led the most laps. One of them guys he's going to be a front runner in a contestant.
Oh, and we have a caution. Oh.
What happened here?
Exactly where we called it a couple laps ago. That big group of the 53, the number 3, AJ was there. I believe the number 3 of Merrick on the high side, he got loose in between 1 and 2. He lost the truck trying to get it through on the high side, ended up spinning and hit the wall and collected a bunch of other guys.
Yeah, that's unfortunate right there. I just watched that as everybody here will be watching this. Just lost control of the vehicle here. It can happen at any given time. It's so slick. Anything can happen. All these guys out here are using a wheel. So it's as real as can be, and just all of a sudden the car loses grip, and bam, you're into somebody else, and a wreck happens. It happens.
Oh man, he took that hard too. He flipped and got into the wall. I can only imagine how much damage he has right now.
Oh, he flipped, rolled, and everything there, Scotty. It was an amazing ride to actually. I don't know, Scott, if you can get a cockpit view of what just happened there, maybe in a replay. That was a ride, buddy. That was an amazing ride.
Nope, I can't. Once it goes back, I can't go back to it. Unfortunately, next time, if something like that happens, it'll definitely be a cockpit view.
Yeah, talking about cockpit views, 2 guys that we need to take to see if they had damage because of that thing is the 99 of Ken Worley and the number 1 of John Schweiker. When Merrick was in the wall and flipping around, they drove through him. This is one of the perks of this being a virtual racing and not having to deal with physics and everything. But they drove through the number 3 truck. So we're gonna have to see if they have damage on those trucks, see if anything happened with them, or if by some miracle of virtual iRacing, they managed to escape that thing with not a scratch.
You mind if I grab Merrick on down here and ask him about that incident?
Not at all. Go for it.
Was moved to your channel.
Absolutely. Number 3 here tonight, Merrick Watchhorn, involved in that incident right there. Merrick, do you have a copy? This is Anthony Fitchner up in the booth here with Scott and Luis.
Hey, how you guys doing tonight?
All right, buddy. Hopefully doing a little bit better than you're doing right now. Hopefully you can get it together and continue on this race, man. We watched that replay there and how just all of a sudden it just broke loose on you, man. Do you want to take us through what exactly happened there and maybe how you what your thoughts are on the rest of this race here and how you're going to get it going?
Well, it was just some tough racing between me and the 53. I was trying to hold my line, and he was running the middle to low line. He couldn't decide which lane, but I'm not going to make that on him. That was on me. I should have just backed up the corner a little bit more because after a couple of laps, those tires get a little bit loose. But no, it was a good run so far for this 3 team. I'm subbing in for Rev Josh right now for his number 3 truck. So stuff happens, and apologize to everyone that was involved with my accident.
Hey, Merrick, this is Luis. This is one of your very first races with ECR. You ran a lot during the off season. Now that you have full equipment, full funding, wheel, pedals, the whole set, being a new driver in the league, is the racing in this sort of track more competitive than you thought, or is it up to par to what you think was going to be? High speeds, high pace, very competitive from the start.
I'm very happy racing in this group. Again, thank you to all the admins and whatnot for allowing me the chance to drive out with these guys. We have a really good bunch of drivers. I'm kind of upset about the fact that I took myself out. I really want to be out there with the rest of the guys, but I think we're done for the night because I got so much damage on this car. I don't think I'll be able to get it back out there. But it's very, very competitive, very fun, wholesome driving. A lot of people, a lot of practicing. I got the short end of the stick in that wreck.
It happens, but I'm pretty sure you'll come back strong. A lot of races yet to go. Pretty sure we'll see you up in front in no time. So thanks for talking to us. I'll move you back upstairs, and hopefully you can get your truck fixed so you can come back at the end of the race still locks and laps.
Thanks, guys.
User was moved out of your channel.
That was Merrick Watchhorn, the number 3 there. Just he was the EOL there for that last caution. These guys are going to go green here as soon as they come out of 4. We now have Chuck Harrell leading the way with Aaron Berge outside of him.
And look at that front row. A lot of experience in that front row.
That's 2 veterans, Luis. 2 veterans who are going to make sure this is an exciting start here.
Green flag, green flag.
And let's not forget, Chuck won the Xfinity race on Monday. So another name that started midway through the pack, drove his way up. And he's always a guy that is very hard to race, a very tough driver, knows how to guide his car. So it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do to go around him if they can.
Yeah, I mean, the fixed races and the open races are very different, very apart from each other. And the one thing you have to note when you're looking at the truck races is what happened on Monday night in the fixed race, because they're both fixed races between Xfinity and tonight. The only difference is the weather. Obviously, tonight we're running with the stock weather, which is 78 degrees.
Chuck's getting around.
Got another wreck.
Oh, they saved it.
Sure.
Both Chuck and Aaron Berge.
They're going to keep going here. Amazing. Amazing. A lot of damage to the number 8 Amp Energy kickstart. Aaron Berge. A lot of rear damage there. It's going to be interesting to see if he pits early, tries to get it fixed, or if he just tries to roll with it here as he sits 14th.
That is a great save by all of them. That's, really running with these guys and running, knowing how everybody tries to drive. That's the key thing here, especially on this slick track today.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure now that we're going back into the notes here, one of the reasons why Chuck was all the way up in front, we need to confirm this later, but he may not have pitted, so he restarted. If that's the case, he restarted in older tires. Could be one of the reasons why he got tied midway through 1 and 2 and ended up spinning. So tires, no matter the setup in this track, they're premium. So if you are on the track with 5-6 laps older tires than everybody else, the difference in speed is tremendous. There's absolutely no way that you can keep up. And Scotty, if you take a look behind the front 4 of Ronnie, Michael Levy, Rob Haynes, and Scott, we have a second pack forming up and getting closer and closer to those lead cars. And the guy driving them around is the number 1 of John Schweiker, bringing a very strong pack with him. It's going to be interesting to see if they can close that gap to the front 4, who, check out, they're almost 2 full seconds ahead of everybody else.
I just moved the camera there, and you're right. There's a pack forming here, and a pack forming, looks like maybe from 11th back.
Oh, we're going to have a black flag penalty to the number 21 of Trevor McManus. Black flag for a drive-through penalty here for that restart. Switching lanes and had contact on that restart. Guys, that's one of the things we have to realize here in ECR. You cannot switch lanes before the start-finish line. You have to maintain your grid position. If you switch lanes, make contact with another car, cause an issue, you could be black flagged. And there you go. Number 21 is just serving his penalty right now. It's going to hurt him real bad.
Force those rules, and that right there is one of them. You know, some other leagues don't use that, and you're one of the few that does. You guys try to keep it by NASCAR rules, and you do one hell of a job to enforce. But in all honesty, it should be that way. It's you should be able to keep your line, not wreck during caution lap, stuff like that.
NASCAR takes a lot of flack on some of the decisions that they make. And some of the things that people out there have to realize is that it's not just one guy's decision. There's a group decision. These guys make the best decisions as possible that they can make. They definitely balance out their decisions here in the ECR League. We try to get everybody involved, make sure we have the best decision as possible when we make a decision, when we release. The same thing here at ECR. As league president myself here, I have a great group of information. We try to talk to all the admins, get them all involved, and make a group decision. It's not a one-man show. This thing could not happen without all our sponsors and all our help, including you, Scotty. A lot of great groups, man. Even Luis himself here, who sponsors the Cup Series with Jaws Graphics. It's a group effort. A lot of guys make this happen, and that's what we're excited about bringing on here with these broadcasts, is showing the amount of people who show up, their loyalty, the great racing that happens here, and all the partners and sponsorships that all bring it on, man, and make all this possible.
Indeed, couldn't have said it better myself, and definitely agree with everything. These guys, this entire league is full of all-star drivers. For the most part, these guys have been running this and been doing this for years, and they enjoy it. It's the biggest thing. They enjoy doing this. They come out here, put on a show for all you wonderful people at home, put on a show for us in the broadcast booth, and anybody else that really enjoys racing, especially simulation racing, NASCAR style.
And Scott, looking at the race again, we were talking about that front 4, those group of guys that ended up opening up a big margin from 5th back. And we were wondering if that second pack was going to be able to catch those guys. They're actually losing ground to that front 4. The 5th place car of John Schweiker is now running 3 seconds behind the leader. So the pace that Ronnie Norman, Michael Leiby, Scott Hunsinger, and Rob Haynes are putting up, it's incredible. They're opening up towards the rest of the field. They're actually giving everything that they have. So we'll need to start to keep an eye on, now that we have a sequence of green flag run, to see if tire wear is going to start to play a factor in the next couple of laps, the next 5 to 10 laps, if they're using their stuff way too early, or if this is just their normal pace and they can drive away from the competition. If that's the case, good luck trying to catch up, boys, because they are fast.
I agree. 14 laps in, you see how some of these guys are just taking pace and seeing how far they can get ahead. But 14 laps could be the first part of being aggressive, and then bam, 15 laps in, it starts to take a toll. So it'll be interesting to see if these guys who are 5th, 10th start to catch them up now as we're about 15 laps into a run.
And I'm thinking maybe, from John Schweikart that back 5-pack, they might be pushing a little too much, and they might be getting loose a little bit and having to come back. And these guys are in the front are just, trying to ease up, just letting their cars run. As we saw Ronnie Norman spin out just a little bit, he caught himself, lost a little ground. Scott Hunsinger took advantage of that. Scott Hunsinger trying to come on the outside of him.
Hey, Scott Hunsinger just made a pass for second place there over Michael Leiby. So he's going to be looking at the leader here, trying to take the lead again. And one of the guys who, again, led the most laps here Monday night in Xfinity Series. Oh, here he goes up underneath Ronnie Norman as Ronnie Norman gets loose out of 3. They're going to come into 3 here, and Ronnie Norman's going to be on the outside here as Scott takes his inside. And
Scott's
he gets loose. A little bit loose on the inside, and there you go. You see Scott taking advantage of it, man. It's some great racing here, guys.
Man, that tire wear is just a key factor here. This track is hot today. It's been hot all week for the Cup and Xfinity, and these trucks are so heavy that they slide real easy. And stuff, just like that, trying to get first place and sliding. Just Scott Hunsinger still sliding a little bit coming out of corner number 4, coming back on the front stretch.
Yeah, we called it before. 15 to 18 laps, we were going to start seeing tire wear play a factor. And you can see what these guys are trying to do. They're trying to move up the track to run that high line, try to save a little bit of tires because you don't get such an aggressive angle and you don't put that much pressure on the tires when you're going around the turn. So moving the car towards the high lane, you're able to save a little bit of tires. You lose a little bit of time, but in the long run, you end up being faster than you run in the bottom. And one guy that has been running that line, since Monday, is the number 1 of John Schweikart, and he's now only 5/10 behind Rob Haynes, our 4th place driver. So that number 1 playing the tire strategy, taking advantage of what he learned yesterday when we saw him drive that high line and being able to lead most laps. I think he found something on yesterday's race that he's applying today.
Absolutely, Luis. He's in 5th place, starting to catch the Rob Haynes, the 4th place here. Rob Haynes ran a 31.22. John Schweikart 31.25, so it's almost similar to the laps that are running, but the top 3 is pretty much running really hard here right now. Scott Hunsinger just took over the lead as we were just going over that. So Scott Hunsinger, a rookie that we just recruited last week, has now taken over the lead. He missed Daytona. He's coming in, trying to make a good show for himself tonight. Running for, I believe, John Schweikart's team here tonight. Looking to make a good showing here as he just passed Ronnie Norman, our truck series, one of our truck series competitors here from last year. I believe he's one of the top competitors last year. They're going to run side by side. Ronnie's not giving up right here, and you see Michael Leiby in 3rd going to make a run up under him here.
Here he goes.
That's the kind of stuff John Schweikart wants to see. He wants to see these top 3 going forward because here he comes reeling them on in like a fishing pole.
Well, this is incredible. Scott's getting loose on the high side. Michael's getting loose on the bottom, and Ronnie Norman's getting tied in the middle of them, trying to find a lane to get through. This is insane. We're going to go 3 wide here, guys, in a little bit. I'm pretty sure of that.
And John just got really loose at it, too. So he's fighting it as well. All these guys just fighting really loose cars. And you guys, if you're not really used to driving at home, you don't really understand what it takes to run these cars. If you're running a loose car, you have to really be patient on your throttle. And we now have a caution for a car that just exited the track too late. He was in the middle of the track as the leader was catching him, and then he exited to the pits just before they reached him. So I'm sure this is not going to be a really incident caution. It's going to be more of a preparation caution, more of a let's be safe kind of caution. There was a guy on the track across the start-finish line there as the leaders were coming to him.
Well, all right. Let's go to a quick commercial break here as we begin the caution.
Seventeen of Jamie Moss.
Thank you, guys. We are back from commercial break, and just a quick commercial from Jaws Graphics, sponsor of the Xfinity race, or the Cup. Which one, Cup or Xfinity?
The Cup Series.
That's right, the Cup race. And if you guys watch the Cup race on MaxB TV, you'll see a lot of paint schemes in there from Jaws Graphics. And these guys know what they're doing. They create amazing graphics for a lot of the cars in there, and check them out on Trading Paints.
Yeah, Scott, during the break, we were able to catch here what happened, and from what we can tell, the caution involved the truck number 17 of Jamie Moss. He got involved in race control is still trying to figure it out if he ended up touching someone or he just got loose coming out of 3 and 4. He ended up in the outside wall, got a pretty good damage to his truck. Pretty sure he's still in the pits trying to repair what happened, but that was the reason why we had a caution. Just a little bit after, our race controller, Nicole, had just informed everybody that they were running with less than 10 minutes in the caution clock. So that mandatory yellow from the caution clock was about to creep into our drivers' minds. And from what we could tell, I think they were trying to wait it out to see if something was going to happen before trying to pit before that caution clock came out.
You guys mind if I grab the race leader at the moment, number 25, Ronnie Norman?
Go for it.
Awesome. Hey, Ronnie Norman, number 25 here tonight. Anthony Fisher in the booth with Scott Brown and Luis Almaso. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, buddy, how's it going tonight, man? And what are the thoughts on this race so far and what it's going to take to maybe pull out a W here tonight?
I need to not run the tires off like I did that last run right there. That's what I need to do.
How are the tires tonight, man?
They're good at first, but man, they really fall off if you ain't paying attention to what you're doing with them. So hopefully on this last run, I'm going to be laying back. I'm going to let everybody go by and let them race it out. And hopefully toward the end there, they'll all be sliding around like I was, and we'll be moving through them.
Hey, Ronnie, Luis in the booth. What was the toughest part? Trying to deal with the push of getting tight of those front tires running out, or the loose coming out of the back tires running out of grip?
It'd be the looseness coming out. The washing up wasn't really that bad. I know I had a couple close calls coming out of 4, but that's usually how I run, is coming up next close to the wall, coming out of the turn, so it didn't bother me that much.
Damn far, brother. We're going to move you back up as you guys are going to restart here. Good luck. Hopefully we'll talk to you after the race.
All right, thanks, guys. Hopefully I am.
That was Ronnie Norman, our race leader, getting ready to restart.
Yeah, I have full faith in Ronnie that he's going to know what it takes to get it done, man. He ran for me last year, Haters Make Us Famous Truck Series. One of them guys who just found, a team that he liked and signed to him. That's the thing about ECR. It's got a bunch of different guys, a bunch of different teams. Got to know what it takes to win here. Here we go, green.
Yeah, he just got an awesome jump.
That's a questionable restart for a lot of our drivers here. Didn't get going right away. Some of them weren't caught up. interesting to see if maybe race control calls some penalties. If not, you know, one of those things you got to watch out on when you see a bunch of our guys not ready to go for the green here.
We got comments in the comments on the live stream that money is being placed bet on Scott Hunsinger, who's now in first place with 30 laps remaining, going into 29 laps remaining. But he's got Rob Haynes tailing him. Rob Haynes trying to push him anyways, trying to get either outside or inside, just to be able to pass him to be back in that first place position.
Hey, whoever made that bet, that is not a bad bet. That's going to be, if anybody wants to take this race, beating that 28 might be one of the toughest things that they're going to have to do.
I heard a lot about 28 before he came into the league, and that is Scott Hunsinger. He is a rookie, followed by Rob Haynes in second, Christopher Munger in third, all rookies. Ronnie Norman's the first veteran that leads them in fourth place, followed by Michael Levy, and then John Schweikart and Aaron Scarborough in seventh there. A lot of guys in this league are very competitive, but Scott Hunsinger is one of them guys who I just heard a lot about. And when he came in and was interested in running with us, man, we couldn't turn him down because we heard that he was a great racer, very respectable, not involved in a lot of cautions. And that's what you want as a league. You want a guy who can come out here, be competitive, and show respect. And here you see it tonight. Scott not taking any chances, coming out here leading the race early on. Led the most laps Monday night in the Xfinity Series, so you can never take lightheartedness in that, man. Anything can happen here, but that's a safe bet to take here tonight. We got the 28 and the 25 as our top bets here tonight to win the race.
Yeah, guys, I have a question for both of you. We are 6 laps away of lap 71. That means we're going to be less than 20 laps to the end of the race. We restarted at lap 61, so 30 straight laps to the finish. Without the caution clock, do you think that it may be playing, and we talked to Ronnie, and he said, I'm going to let these guys go. I'm going to save my stuff because I don't want to run out of tires. And he's being true to his word. He's now down to the 9th place, being very conservative. You guys think that this is not going through these guys' minds? They're just going balls to the walls, trying to get to the front as fast as they can? Or a couple of these guys might be thinking, you know what? This is pretty late into the race. If I play my cards right now, depending on what happened with what we've seen of guys getting loose, if I save enough, I might just be there at the end. Do you think they can keep that kind of strategy in their cards right now, or instinct is playing a bigger factor and they're just seeing that guy in front of them and say, you know what, I can get that guy. I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to try to make that pass.
Scott, what do you think, man?
I think they might try to just hold out a little bit. I mean, there's 24 laps remaining going in on the back stretch here, and running myself, you know, my strategy would be try to lay back, knowing that front pack is pushing as hard as they can to keep their positions, that they're going to wear their tires down incredibly. You see the 14 just slowing down right there, getting a little loose, and, you know, allowing the back pack just to move up like that. It's going to be interesting to see here, because you know this front pack is not being conservative. They're pushing with all they got, and they want that position.
I myself, the way I take this, I'm going to take it a little bit different here, is that as a racer, I know that there has not been a 20-minute clock yet, but one time this season, I know we're in the second race, I don't see green flag runs happening. I go all out. I go hard. And I try to get every position I can. And when it comes time to pit, and I feel like, all right, you know, it's time to pit, I wait 3 laps. Because maybe a caution happens in those 3 to 5 laps, which it has happened Monday night. And in our practice races, you just kind of wait it out 3 to 5 laps and a caution happens. So it's been paid off to wait. I myself, I wait until 3 to 5 laps, and then I say, okay, no caution is going to happen. There we go. 2 cars in the infield. We got a car sideways. Caution is out.
Yeah, we see the 85 of Chris Steele. He is involved. 85 and 20 of Mark Vega.
It looks like he just it's real hot in it, man. Turn 4, just full throttle coming out, and then the 20 comes up real high, and for some reason gets a little bit loose there, but you have to realize what's going on in front of you there and not get into the guy in front of you. Looks like Chris Steele gets into 20.
We're watching it here on the replay, see what happens.
I'm hearing that the 20 screen froze. That may have been a little bit of the issue there with that caution there, so they might call that a little different than it looks. This is being reported that the 20 car of Mark Vega, his screen actually froze a little bit and he couldn't see anything. That is a major issue when it comes to these cautions and how the racing happens. I mean, you can't really do much when your screen is frozen, guys, so might fall back on the 20 car here, which is really unfortunate for him. He's been having a great night.
And here we go, guys. Everybody on pit road, all the leaders, everybody on the lead lap, taking no chances. This might be the last stop of the race. This might be for that very top spot. Let's see who's going to come out first.
And it's been verified. Comment on the channel, on the comment box there, saying that his screen did freeze. I've had it happen myself, and just that little bit of a nudge, that little bit of a freeze right there, just ruin your race. And obviously, it did that to him. That's unfortunate. It's netcode. iRacing servers sometimes are a little jumpy. Also, just if you have just a very minor lag spike, that's all it takes.
As we just seen the exit of pit road, Michael Leiby, he came out first ahead of everybody else, followed by John Schweiker and Scott Hunsinger. This is going to be one crazy restart because with 15 laps to go, 16 laps to go when we go green, now, just like you said, Anthony, there's no more saving. There's no more time. If you want something, you need to go get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much no holds barred from here on out. You're not going to rely on the 20-minute timer. You're not going to rely on cautions. You just have to be there. You just have to go for it. And you just have to take every position that is awarded to you or is available to you at that given moment, man. You don't want to let it fall at anybody. So I'm showing Douglas Hess here, first car behind the pace car, which I think he's going for a lead, a lap around there, wave around. Followed by Josh Sheets, who's also going to be looking for a wave around. Jamie Moss looking for a wave around. Tony DeGennaro is the first car on the lead lap, so it'll be interesting to see if he actually pits or if he stays out. It's a little bit interesting. We'll see how everything leads up here when they cross the finish line, how it all leads out here, because obviously, the way these cars are lined up is not the way they are lined up here in our overall standings.
Yeah, I think everybody who is ahead on the track of the 55 of Michael Leiby, they're either going to pit or they're going to take the wave around to get back into the lead lap.
So from the standings, it looks like Michael Leiby, then John Schweikart, Scott Hunsinger, AJ Scarborough, Christopher Munger, Ronnie Norman, Nick Olson, Bobby O'Neill, Ken Worley, and Jeremy Rubin wrapping at the top 10.
Yeah, Scotty, and I mean, the 53 Nick Olson, you can look to see him make some moves here near the end. He knows it's time to go. I know Nick has some skills. Ronnie Norman, one of them guys who's only going to go forward. Scott Munzinger, John Schweikart on the number 1, starting on the outside here in the number 1 car. You can't miss that car. It's bright pink. Can't miss it. Great driver here. Has already won 2 races this season, and we're only in week 2. Last race in week 2. These guys coming down the backstretch. You could bet your sweet butt they're going to go for some racing here, guys. You're going to see some great racing. Watch out. I'm going to put my money on the 1 or the 28, though, guys. I hate to do it. 1 or the 28. Watch them. Gonna be some close racing here.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a dark horse, a guy that has been just looking at everything that's happened in front of him, and now he's sitting fourth. Number 5 of AJ Scarborough, our win of the Daytona 500. Second place. I'm sorry, he was running second place last night, ended up in fifth. My money's on him.
Green, green, green.
Green flag, green flag.
Can't go wrong, man. I mean, he's a great driver. Veteran. Knows how to get it done. The 5 of AJ Scarborough, man, he's in it for the win it.
Let's not sleep on that number 28. He's sitting third very quietly. And look at the 25 of Ronnie Norman. He said he was going to hold back. Now that he sees, 15 laps to go. If I don't go now, I'm not gonna have another shot.
Nobody's going to give anybody an inch here, guys. You're going to see everybody trying to pass somebody here as we finalize our laps here. We are on lap 77. Lead lap cars take it. 13 to go. It's going to be an interesting race here. Rob Haynes comes to the inside of Jai Hatterick for 12th place. Everybody's single file from 10th on.
And you got the fan favorite here tonight, Tony Ball running 16th.
Yeah, Tony's one of those guys that if he would not have been caught in that initial wreck, he would probably be up front as well.
Yeah, the wrecks are an issue. You know, in ECR, you don't have any repairs, you get involved in an accident, you get some damage. It could hurt you big time. That's something you need to watch out for. Rookies are going to learn early on here that it's not about the first lap, it's about the last. And if you got damage, there's not much you can really do if you are damaged early on in a race here. You got to be there at the end.
Look at that first pack all the way from the 55 of Michael Libby to Bobby O'Neill. That is one tight pack. Everybody running for position. Not an inch for a mistake.
Yeah, you got the third place. Ronnie Norman looking on the inside of the one of
Here
John
he comes.
Schweikart here on lap 79, running into 80 here. About 6 to go. 16, sorry. This is getting exciting here, guys. Ronnie Norman is looking at Michael Levy for that lead. You're going to look at a big race going on here in the top 3. They all want to win it. Scott Hunzinger is just hoping they all race it out so he could try to get a win here.
You think with John Schweikart having Dave Gross close on his car, it was helping him at all?
We'll never know. He may have had a special set of tires sitting in pit row because of that. We'll never know.
This is going to be the Ronnie Norman and John Schweikart show here coming out of 4. I guarantee that. You got Michael Libby on the outside in the 55. He's getting passed by the one of John Schweikart. John's looking low. I think he's going to make it clear here, and he's going to let him know that, hey, we're going to go for the win here. Once you get caught on the outside of Atlanta in the truck, man, you're automatically stuck on the outside. It's hard to make anything happen unless the guy on the inside is running tight early on in the run. I think John's going to have what it takes here, but whoever's running this the most, loves this the most, is Scott Hunzinger in 4th place. He's just catching them on, reeling them on in here. He's going to be a part of the show in a second.
Gotta say, we had a comment from Hell Yeah Racing saying that Hunzinger's just saving. He's just waiting for that opportune moment.
Yeah, that's the very entertaining Michael Kinner watching the race. For those of you who don't know, go check out his racing channel, Hell Yeah Racing. He does a lot of broadcasts from the cockpit of his car. One of the best drivers / commentators you're ever going to find on iRacing on YouTube. So go check him out.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh, wait, we have a
Another
caution.
caution, guys. Another caution. Yeah.
Well, this changes everything. Now the question is, do you pit? Anthony, you were on the track with me last night. We had a very similar situation, a caution with around 10 to go. Do you pit or do you stay out for track position? Even knowing that your tires might be almost 10 laps older than everybody behind, do you take the gamble of coming to pit road even if you're losing positions but knowing that you're going to be faster than everybody, or you stay out?
Well, how I looked at it last night, as a driver in the field. You don't want to be one of them guys who is the last, right? So if you stay out, you don't want to be the last guy. You want to be the first guy to come in the pits. I unfortunately was the last guy to stay out. The guy behind me was the first to come in the pits. I was running about fifth or sixth at that point. Everybody behind me pitted. I think you're going to see everybody here pit. I really do.
Yeah, let's see what's going to happen. Oh! Schweiker, Norman, Chris Munger, Ken Worley, they all stay out. Michael Leiby, Scott Hunsinger, and a lot of other trucks came down a pit road. The AJ Scarborough in the number 5, Nick Olson in the 53, the 14 of of Rob Haynes. Leiby getting out. I think Nick Olson took only 2 tires as Michael Leiby. Oh, different strategies. 2 tires, 4 tires, no tires. This is going to be fun, guys.
It's really going to come down to who can handle their truck the best.
Guys, I just got the news from Race Control. The 21 of Trevor McManus has been removed from the race. He's been disqualified. He came down pit road, and as soon as he went to the infield and started turning left after the pits, went on to the infield road course, a caution happened. Why somebody would do that in the middle of a league race is beyond me. I don't know. It is the number 21 second caution. He also caused a DQ from 2 cautions in the Cup race, and here he is again tonight causing his second caution. Just a lot of frustrations here. From
Is that what caused the caution?
That's what I'm hearing from Race Control.
Wow. That's
Go ahead, Scott.
I was just saying that's number 21. Who was that?
Trevor McManus. Yeah.
Yeah, he joined you in week 1 here at Daytona. Maybe we can get a word from him on what happened.
Yeah, he was in the broadcast booth with us last week.
Yeah, that's one of those things that I'm pretty sure the guys looking at the top of Race Control, they're not going to be happy with that. I guarantee you guys, words are going to be exchanged after this race. If that is the thing that changes completely the end of the race, just because we had a rogue driver driving through the infield in the middle of a race.
Trevor McManus in the number 21. This is Anthony Fitchner up in the broadcast booth with Luis Amasso and our host here tonight, Scott Brown. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, bud.
Trevor, what happened here tonight, man? Is we sat here watching, it looked like a little bit of frustrations. Maybe I don't know. If maybe you could take us through here what happened here tonight in the 21 cockpit.
Yeah, the first caution got me frustrated, and then I got a black flag penalty because we were all trying to catch up to we like to make these restarts nice and tight in ECR, and I was trying to catch up, and I got on the brakes a little bit harder than because I about took out the 03, and then when I lagged back, I got a black flag for that. So, that's ECR rules. The track was really loose, and I was out of competition, so I figured I'd pull it off in the pits, and I seen that there was one car that I could have fought with, so I went out, thought I would get him by taking a wave around. Didn't happen, and then there at the end, I just wanted to get off track, and I found a little glitch in the system where you could go in. I want to watch it from a fan's view, and
I hear that, buddy.
I didn't know, man. I feel so bad that caused the caution there at the end. I figured I was off track. It wasn't going to take out a caution. So, just for the viewers at home, I wasn't trying to purposely bring out a caution. And to everybody out there, man, that I won't do that again. That's for sure. I never knew that was going to bring out a caution. Figured you were off racetrack. Just go down there and get it from a fan's perspective on the infield.
Yeah, we're going green here, man. You can feel free to join us in the booth or go back to the main lobby. It's up to you, man. really feel sorry about that, man. And then maybe it's a lesson learned for what happens here. Ronnie Norman leads us to the green in the number 25, followed by the number 1 of John Schweikart. Got a lot of racing here, and another wreck happens, guys. We got the number 37 spun around here in the infield of the backstretch. Tony Diamond, number 37. Not sure exactly what happened there. Maybe we can get a second look at that, Scotty.
On it.
Yeah, I'm removed from the server, so I can't really watch what's going on here.
Now, 37 got together with the 03 of Ken Run. We had Tony 37 and Tony Diamond. He was on the outside. Ken Run was on the 03 on the bottom. And I think they just got too close.
I'll tell you what, man, these trucks are really, really loose after 8 laps. I mean, you're full-blown 8 laps, you know, pedal to the floor, and then all of a sudden it just wants to snap loose on you. It was really crazy tonight out there.
Guys, we had an incident just before that during the restart involving the number 3, the 71, and who else? The number 10 of Matthew Hibbs. For some reason, all the checkup during the restart on the high side, we have 4 or 5 guys getting together, a lot of damage across the board, including the 71 of Kenny Paul. Got a piece of that, completely not of his fault. But it's something that race control probably going to take a look after the race.
And we will finish under caution here. iRacing has not implemented green-white checkered. I don't know if that's coming.
That should come over the next couple of builds as we get closer and closer to the release of the second build. We know that they're going to implement different settings of weather, so you're going to be able to get a night race, an afternoon race, a day race, an early morning race. Not yet transitioning from one to the other, but that's going to be implemented, as well as the new draft low downforce packages for the Cup car, as well as a redesign on the bubble of the Chevy SS just to keep up with what they're having in the Cup side. Those are going to be the main changes to racing, to competition that we're going to have.
Yeah, I actually got a few messages from a couple people watching the broadcast, and I shout out to them. Thank you guys for watching the race here tonight. It's because of you that we do this. We look forward to putting on a great show. Scotty B with putting on the broadcast. ECR Elite Championship Racing. Check us out, ECRLeague.com. Guys, we run 3 nights a week. We run Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The show starts at 9 o'clock Eastern. Broadcasts usually start around 8:40, 8:45 Eastern. If you guys want to check us out, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, every one of those nights, we are out here running. Trucks are on Wednesday. We have our Xfinity Series on Monday, and we have our Cup Series on Tuesday, and it is great racing no matter what night you show up to watch. We look forward to it. You want to check us out on ECRLeague.com, our live broadcast show on our homepage. Come out, come show us your support. We appreciate it. We have a bunch of guys out here tonight who give it their all. Bunch of great friends and broadcasters and partners, man. At this time, I'd like to thank everybody who makes everything possible, and that's My Racing, to the Rug Rack, to Johnson Truck Lines, to Jaws Graphics, Yad Broadcasting, ARAN Broadcasting, and Max Speed TV, along with all our admins and drivers, man. You guys all make this possible, and thank you very much for this.
And we'd like to thank you, Anthony. It was from myself, with the sponsor of the Rug Rack, and myself of the App Broadcasting Network. Thank you for letting me broadcast your league and all these drivers in here. And that's, this is it. This is the end of the race. I finished under caution, and we're going to look at the leader here real quick. And if you guys want to go ahead and bring down the top 3, that'd be great so we can talk with them.
Hell yeah. Let's bring down John Schweikart, Christopher Munger, and Ronnie Norman for a quick interview with our top 3 guys. Let's try to pull down third place finish of the driver of the number 1, John Schweiker.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Hey, John, Louise in the broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
I sure do, brother. How you doing?
I'm good. Another week, another race, another top 3. Finishing this one, our Truck Series race here in Atlanta. Very slick, very hot, a lot of side-by-side driving. You're finishing up in third in this bright pink I Love Rubber, let's just say like that, Chevy SS. Give us a little bit about your perspective, how this race went down. We know that you guys were up front. You were going to have an awesome battle with Ronnie, Norman, and Chris during this restart if the caution hadn't come out. Just walk us through what was your thought process during the race, this finish, and the strategy of staying out instead of pitting like most of the guys did at the end. Congratulations on the third place.
Yeah, thank you, Luis. I started in the back. I wanted to try a different perspective on strategy with pitting early on pit road. And I realized that, like, in the beginning, it was really nice because when I pitted, I was toward the back and I could leapfrog. But the closer you get to the front, when you pit and you start coming out, them guys are still coming in. So I don't know, that's the best strategy. But it was a lot of fun coming up through the field, very strategic, very slow, methodical, not making any aggressive. I saw a ton of guys giving room, not a lot of people taking. It was a lot of respect, a lot of fun green racing. I don't think there was very many cautions. And there at the end, I mean, it's just kind of like I've been in positions in ECR where I've pitted and people have stayed out and they've gained, and I've been in positions where, flip-flop. I just thought, you know what? With these trucks, they don't fall off as fast in the very beginning, and then they just dive bomb. So I thought, well, we didn't have that many laps. I could just stay out. And, it's kind of one of the things. It's last restart, because there's not going to be a green-white checkered, and it's just straight up see what happens. It's either going to be yellow or racing green. So it just yellow came out quick. It's unfortunate, but I still think that it was a really good show by everybody.
Oh, yeah, we enjoyed this race from the broadcast, guys. So thank you very much. Just feel free to give a big shout out to whoever you want before we move on and interview our second and third place and first place finish.
Yeah, I want to thank Scotty B for putting this on the broadcast for the Truck Series. There was a lot of fun to go back and watch. Thank the admins, thank all the drivers at ECR. It was an absolute blast to race with them. My team over at Spartan and Wild Child, a lot of fun hanging out with them guys. My brother. And I gotta give a shout out to David Grossclose. We put his picture on the hood of the truck, and there was a wreck in front of me, and I kind of warped through it. So I think that was a little good luck charm tonight. So allowed me to get up there and finish third. And congratulations, Ronnie and newcomer Chris Munger. I mean, Ronnie's always a threat in anything he jumps in, and Chris Munger's new to the league, and he came in and pulled out a really good second place. Raced with him pretty much all night coming up through the field, and that dude can drive. So another guy to look forward to over the year or over the season. So other than that, I'll catch you tomorrow night in the hub.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Have an awesome night, bub.
Thanks, man.
All right, that was John Schweiker, driver of our number 1. Anthony, why don't you go ahead and interview our second place finisher, Christopher Munger. Awesome race by him as well.
Christopher Munger, man, second place finish, best finish in his league racing at iRacing. Why don't you take us through what it was like, man? You were 4th fastest in practice, 11th in qualifying. What was it like this race and just coming out to second place finish, man, and your thoughts on the whole race?
I'll tell you what, it was a real fun race. So ECR bring out a good piece tonight. I ran well, started 11th. I just methodically worked my way up, found myself second right at the last. I wish it went green.
Hey, congrats to everybody out there tonight. I gotta go to a meeting real quick.
No problem. Hey, Chris, this is Luis. We saw that we had a lot of different strategies from guys driving 100% from beginning to end and guys saving a little bit during the beginning of the runs. From what we could tell here in the broadcast booth, that was a little bit of what you're trying to do. Not go balls deep, completely tearing up everything that you could right out of the gate. You paced yourself, made sure that you had a rhythm that you could be very consistent from the beginning to the end. Was that the strategy going in, or you just saw what everybody was doing and thought, you know what, might be the best thing for me to do and to get to the front?
My goal was to get to the front pack, and I got to the front pack, and I ran right, last place in the back pack and waited, and I did save my tires a little bit. So when they started going backwards, I started going forward.
Awesome. But, well, you ran one hell of a race on Monday, ran a very, very competitive race as well with the open setups yesterday, finishing off the week in Atlanta with the second place. Not a bad week of racing for you. So we open up the floor for you. If you want to reach out to anybody, please, the floor is yours before we move on. Congratulations again. Awesome, awesome racing. Congrats on the second place finish, Buck.
Hey, Chris, don't forget to mention your brother there, brother, who we tried to reach out to before the start of the race here. I know you and George Munger, brothers, love the competition. You finished second. He finished 13th. Don't forget him.
Yep, I want to thank my brother for getting me in this league. ECR, what a great league to be in. I want to thank AC Delco, and I want to thank Josh Sheets.
Awesome, man. Josh Sheets, his team owner. As you guys know, we have team owners and drivers and everybody involved in this, man. It's a great system, great simulation system. So, Christopher, we congratulate you on your second place finish, man, and hopefully, a win is soon here to come.
Thank you very much. You guys have a good night.
You too, Bub. Well, that was Chris Munger, a second place finisher. Let's now talk to the man of the hour, the driver of the 25, Ronnie Norman. We spoke with him during the race when he was leading. He said, I'm going to lay back here, let everybody race, and when it's time to go, I plan on moving back to the front. Man, the guy's a prophet. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. Once that late caution came out, he said, you know what, this is my time, and he drove through the field. Awesome job. Congratulations, Ronnie. Awesome win, but
hey, wake up.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It was a crazy race. I'll admit that one. A lot of good racing out there tonight.
What was going through your mind when you saw that caution with around 10 laps to go? And we were talking here in the broadcast booth. What is the strategy going to be? Are they going to stay out and try to save track position, hoping something happen? Or you come in because you guys had around 10, 15 laps on your tires at that point? What was the thought process, you, your crew, everybody in your team, of the decision-making process of pitting or not pitting? At that point was, you know what, I'm up front, I got what I wanted, now I'm going to block the hell out of everybody? Or you guys were thinking, you know what, from the race, the way that things going, a lot of cautions are going to come in, and if we stay out, this thing might just play out in our favor?
First thing I did when the caution waved, I looked at how many laps were left, and I was thinking, well, if we stay out, how many we're going to have left to the finish? I saw there was going to be around 5 or so, so, I mean, I was like, might as well take our odds and just finish up front. I knew John wasn't going to go in, and he's a really tough racer, so I'd rather, I knew if he stayed out, I was hoping other people behind him would stay out, and some of them did, but then when I seen Michael Levy, how many positions that he didn't really fall back and he had fresh tires and he was like 6th or 7th, I was like, oh, all right, maybe I did make the wrong move, maybe I should have pitted, but all in all, it worked out, the caution fell, and we're here in victory lane.
Awesome. Anthony, Scott, got any questions for Ronnie?
Ronnie, I know that you ran for Haters Make It Famous, which is my team last year. You obviously one of the top drivers in the class, man. I know that you are not looking at anything less this year, the first place. How do you feel this year, man, on how you became from last year to this year? Have you grown, man, and looking forward here to this season and where it may end?
After last year, I mean, we had the most wins in the truck series, so I was hoping to go ahead and get this season started off the same way. You know, just look at it. I mean, I know I can run up front, so let's just keep that mentality and just carry over from what I took off from your team last year and bring it over to JBR and hopefully win them a championship.
Smart man. Well, Ronnie, we open up the floor for you. If you want to reach out to anybody, say your thanks, talk to whoever you want. We know that a lot of people are watching the broadcast. Going to be happy to see you in victory lane. So the floor is yours. Congratulations again on another great win. Awesome race. And hopefully this is not the last time we talk to you at Victory Circle. So congratulations again. The floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, I just want to give thanks to Justin Bland for bringing me onto his team for JBR, getting win number 1 on the season. Hopefully, we'll get many more to come. I want to thank Spotify for being on the truck, you guys for broadcasting these races and making it interesting to watch, and everybody for the hard racing tonight. It was fun. Pretty sure I think I had I don't know if I'd call it a pass in the grass, but I'm pretty sure I ramped it trying to pass on the inside. It was a little sketchy, but we made it work, and we're sitting here doing donuts in Victory Lane. So let's go at it again next week.
Well, all right. We hope to see you next week, and thank you for giving us a good show tonight.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a blast.
Yeah, it's a great feeling to know that a bunch of our guys finished on the lead lap. You had 23 drivers finish on the lead lap. The guy on the pole, Tony DiGennaro, the number 22, ended up finishing 19th. So it just goes to show you never know where you start. It's all about where you finish. Driver who qualified. I'm sorry, I said Tony was on the pole. He was actually the fastest in practice. Driver on the pole was Rob Haynes, who finished 11th. Second place was Michael Leiby, and he ended up finishing 5th. So, again, it's all about where you finish, not where you start. Just great racing, all across the board here. You had a couple guys DNF here, but on the all, 23 drivers finished this race or more, and couldn't ask for more. It's just great racing here tonight at ECR.
Now, this was one hell of a race. We saw everything. Close racing, side-by-side action, guys getting tight, guys getting loose, trucks spinning around, accidents, great passing, passes on the outside, 3 wide, 2 wides, 4 wides. We saw everything. This is exactly what we hoped every race in our truck series was going to be. We had an awesome race in Daytona last week. Couldn't be better this week. And this just is a small taste of what we have in store for everybody else, not only in the track, but everybody watching the race at home.
Yes, very, very much.
Scott, you guys don't come back till March? April?
April 6th at Martinsville.
Yeah, it's a good point to notice that April 6th, Martinsville, we're not going to be back here in the truck series until then. Obviously, we'll be here next week in the Xfinity series. You can follow us on the ARAN for that. Look up for posts on ECRleague.com. It will be on your homepage as you are watching us live here. You can watch us on the homepage at ECRleague.com with every broadcaster races that's happening. Next Monday, catch us live in the Xfinity series. Same time, different channel. And then the Cup series is being rescheduled because the iRacing has a update coming. So we actually rescheduled our Cup series. So we're not going to be running next Tuesday, but we will run the following Tuesday. That's going to make it very interesting. Make it very interesting as to, what the new build brings and everything. So there's a lot to show here, a lot to come, a lot to offer. Going to be some great racing here for the rest of the season, man. We appreciate everything everybody's done. Hope everybody enjoyed the show here tonight.
Yes, I hope everyone enjoyed. I want to thank you, Anthony Thitchner, and Luis Almazo for being in the booth, Josh Sheets for being our track correspondent, and for Trevor McManus joining us in the last minute with about 10 laps to go, a little less than 10 laps to go, being in the booth. And I want to thank all of you guys at home for watching. We have had a lot of people in here tonight. I'm very happy about that. These guys are happy about that. Trying to spread the word of this great league. And trying to spread the word that, these guys know what they're doing. They want to make a great show for everyone. And, that's the biggest thing that we want to do here. And I also want to thank the Rug Rack for sponsoring us this season. Couldn't have done it without them. And anything else you guys want to think about or have any last words about?
Hey man, we're just gonna go get better and better. So if you guys just joined us today, like what you've seen, come back because we're only getting started. We have Martinsville, short course. Tempers are going to fly high. It's going to be crazy racing. We have Talladega coming around. We have a lot of different tracks, Iowa, short courses. We have that summer schedule where we're going to go through very slick tracks. So if you like what we've seen tonight, we're going to have full fields the entire year. Don't go away. Come back. And if you want to hit the track, take a swing out of these guys, see if you can run with them, let us know. Just like Anthony said, search us out at ecrleague.com. Come drive with us. We're always open for new guys. If you think you want to run with us, you're going to have a good time, we're always open for guys who are fast, consistent, want to have a good time, and understand that if you follow the rules the right way, you're going to have fun every time. So please come check us out. Scott, thank you again for having us here. Awesome job. Congratulations. Keep it going. The quality is just getting better and better. Followers are growing, and the success is just going to go up the roof. Congratulations again. Awesome job, and thank you guys for another awesome race here at the ECR Truck Series.
Well, Luis said, man, I couldn't have said it any better. I mean, I just appreciate everything everybody has put into this. We work our asses off in the off season to try to put on the best show we can. And without the drivers and everything that happens in the show, man, you can't, obviously put on a better show. The broadcasters who come in and join us and work the hours that they work to put on a show, and to cover the coverage that the racing happens. I mean, you can't be thankful enough. So the Rug Rack, we appreciate everything. You guys check them out, www.therugrack.com. They sponsor our truck series, and we thank them very much for everything they do for the Elite Championship Racing, along with Broadcasting. That's Scotty B who runs that. Broadcasting. Check them out. If you're listening now, go ahead and subscribe. Give us a like. We'd appreciate it very much, guys. You also have Johnson Truck Lines. You got A-Ran Broadcasting for our Xfinity series, along with Jaws Graphics and Max Speed TV, which bring along our Cup series. So it is a group effort. We have a bunch of great guys here, bunch of great drivers. Everything makes it happen, and it couldn't happen without the viewers, the fans, everybody who just wants to see this happen. It takes great people, it takes a great group of people to make this happen. Great group of admins, members, drivers, everything from the top to the bottom. So proud of everything that has happened here. So proud to see the racing that's gone on. Can't wait for the rest of this season to progress and see what happens here. I mean, it's just going to be a show. You guys tune in, even though we're not going to come back until April here for the truck series. Tune in Mondays and Tuesdays until we come back here Wednesday nights, guys. Check us out. Don't miss out on that action. It's going to be great.
And as Anthony said, Max Speed TV hosts the ECR Cup, and Rand Broadcasting hosts the ECR Xfinity, and those links can be found in the description. Check them out, guys. It's just as great racing on the Cup and Xfinity as it is here in the trucks. And thank you all of you for watching. Thank you, Anthony and Luis, again for being in the booth. Thank you, Josh, for being in as our track correspondent. Thank you, Trevor, for being in the last bit. And this is Scotty B from the Broadcasting Network, and we are going to be out of here. So, again, April 6th, come back, join us. Guys, it will be a blast.